Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tuya at the I Breathe. I'm greeting to you all from Melbourne. It's a beautiful evening here, and I really hope that everybody's having a beautiful time wherever you are. And I just wanted to really say thank you so much for appreciating my channel and sharing my vision for a healthy living and basically exploring what this wonderful practice of yoga, meditation, and mindfulness. And I just wanted to really start from the beginning and set a really good foundation for whoever out there learning yoga with me. So I will talk about a breathe today and its role and how to breathe correctly and how you can apply that to your day-to-day life. So basically, breath is a thing that we unfortunately take it for granted. It's with us every moment, and it has an amazing role in our well-being. But oftentimes it's ignored and it's really not noticed because it's always there. And if you think about it, we can probably go a few days without food and sleeping, for instance, but we really won't be able to survive without breathing, even over a few minutes, probably not even 2 minutes. So it's really critical, and it's the essence of our existence. So I really want to bring the awareness and attention back to this very fundamental thing that literally keeps us alive. So a breath plays an important role in yoga, as you may have noticed some of my classes that I emphasize a lot on the breath, and the reason why is that, again, it's the beginning, it's the foundation, and it's what it's how we should be moving through the practice. So yoga is the union between mind and a physical body, and breath, you can see it as a bridge that connects our mind and consciousness with our physical body. So how do we breathe correct is an important question that we should be asking. How do we breathe correct? And I've been asked this question quite a lot of time, and I decided to make this video to just to bring a light into that. So there are two types of breathing. One is called a chest breathing, and another one is a belly breath. So when we think about us as a baby lying on a beautiful bed very peacefully, you would notice that the belly rises and falls, right? Or if you see your dog or cat, your pet, you will notice that they also breathe through their belly as well, especially when they're calm. So that is the very, very natural rhythm that we should be breathing. Unfortunately, we breathe most of the time with our chest, and I will talk a bit about it, the reason behind it and why it is so. Like, we humans evolved through centuries, right? And we lived different types of lifestyles. Like as me, for instance, from being Mongolia, for being a nomadic, like my childhood was extremely peaceful in a grassland, and there is no traffic. There is literally probably not even a car around there. There was no technology. And people were very simple. We didn't even have TV oftentimes, so our life was extremely simple. But nowadays, there's so much that happens in our daily life, in our daily life. We wake up and there's TV, there's technologies, there's social media, and there's constant interactions in the street, at work, there's traffic, and there is constant noises coming from everywhere, and that really affects our body, and we don't really pay much attention how it's affecting our body. So traditionally, we probably get chased by a wolf or a wild animal, from time to time, right? Like in ancient times, for instance. So that's when our body reacts, and it reacts in a way that to protect us for survival purposes. So then the body itself actually activates what's called a fight and flight mode. So that's our response, a stress response to dramatic events. But unfortunately, our body doesn't really distinguish when we chased by a wild animal. That doesn't happen nowadays, or when we get honked by a really aggressive driver, for instance. It responds in exactly the same way. That's why we get very tense. So fight and flight mode is constantly activated in our body, and that's when we start having our heart rate fastened, and we start breathing through our chest. So because of our lifestyle and because of our environment, we move through the day breathing through the chest quite a lot of times, oftentimes. So what happens when we breathe through the chest is our lung doesn't work fully. So our lung doesn't use its full capacity. So the question of correct breathing is, so when we breathe consciously, we breathe through our nostril. The air, the oxygen comes in through our nostril with a big breath, and then oxygen gets delivered to the very bottom part of our lung. And then from there, it's get delivered to the cells in our body. And when we breathe it out from the very, very bottom of our lung, we then get release carbon dioxide. So this is a very beautiful, natural detoxification in our body that occurs through correct breathing. So that's the belly breath. So, okay, so we should be breathing through belly, but why, right? The correct breathing involves certain muscles, and diaphragm plays an important role for correct breathing. And also there's supportive muscles that shoulders and neck muscles are important for breathing as well. So diaphragm is a small muscle that sits right in between our rib cage here, like if you, for instance, move your fingers through our rib cage like that. So this is where the diaphragm sits. So it's a small muscle located right below the heart and right above the upper stomach. So when we take a really deep breath through our nose, we will notice the chest and also the abdomen and the belly expands to the side. So that's when the diaphragm moves down, that muscle moves down, and it creates a space in our chest for the lung to take full oxygen, so it gets completely filled. And also the diaphragm pushes the digestive organs, and that delivers the nutrients as well as an internal massage for our digestive system. So that's how the breath actually plays an important role for our general health. The blood flows, digestive systems, and also the heart rate, maintaining a soft and rhythmic heart rate. So when we exhale it out, the belly slightly contracts in and the diaphragm moves up, and then the lung releases the detoxification, the things that we don't need from our body. So we really need to bring our attention back to the correct breathing if we want to maintain our digestive systems healthy and our chest and our heart space healthy as well. So let's take a few moments to learn about a correct breathing. So I'd like you to sit comfortably. I'm right now sitting on a little bolster, as you can see. I have my legs crossed, but you can also sit on your knees, or you can sit on a chair or against a wall, whichever way it's comfortable for you, okay? So let's relax the shoulders. I'll take it off so you'll be able to see my the way my chest and my belly moves. I probably should sit like this. Okay. So we'll find a comfortable place to sit. will soften the shoulders, the neck, the head. We lengthen the spine to feel the natural curve of our spine. And let's take a deep breath through our nose. As you will notice, as you take a breath, our chest and our belly expands. And as you exhale, you'll feel the belly contracts and the breath moves up and out through your nostrils. We'll take an inhale again. And exhale. Let's take an inhale. And exhale it out. Let's lengthen the breath as we inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and out 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. Counting your breath, counting inside, silently for 4 for inhale, 4 for exhale. Keep moving. And you can continue the count and continue an abdominal belly breathing. And it's a beautiful way to start your meditation practice. So meditation can be quite scary when you haven't started meditating. Just this word of meditation makes it sound it's something that is really difficult to do, that, you know, like, I don't know, my mind is so busy, I can't seem to stop my mind, so therefore I can't breathe. People have this understanding that meditation is all about stopping your mind. It's not really stopping your mind, but it's actually internalizing your awareness. So breath is a wonderful tool for us to tap into that meditation. So when we breathing, when we try to meditate, we can use the breath as an awareness. So we can bring all the focus on the breath. The breath is coming in and breath is coming out. And that way you start to calm your mind, and you will start to notice the thoughts are calming. The thoughts are leaving your mind one by one. And all that remains is your breath, and is your in and out of your breath. So I would really encourage you to start being aware of your breath and start taking a belly breath. And another important thing that I wanted to also mention is that when we stop breathing through our belly, we start to notice that when we breathing more into our chest, we start to notice that our neck and shoulder is quite sore and tired. So oftentimes we feel, oh, I've got a pain in my neck and my shoulder, right? That's not completely from sitting or a posture. It's also from breathing from your chest as well. So if you want to release the tension on your neck and your shoulders, also bring your awareness to your breath and make sure that you're breathing from your belly. And I really hope that it was helpful for you to learn about breathing, and please share it with your friends and your loved ones, and please take a few moments throughout the day to breathe and observe your breath. Thank you so much.